I think that Derrick has tapped into a market where he can get a lot of gains from, and I think he's just basically playing off of people's stupidity.
100%. Man's got books, games. He's got cards. Like, is it a game? He's got cards. I think he's got cards, books, like all different stuff. So he's definitely tapped into
what I'm saying. Sometimes you fall into an industry that you excel in it. You get a certain percentage of people following you because of whatever you're talking about. But that's not you. Just get what I'm saying.
Derrick's a capitalist. That's what he sounds like.
Yeah, the thing is, do you know what? For me, I'll say as a female, I've seen his things, and it's weird because it's like, obviously, you know, you've got the algorithms in it to how things come up on your Insta. I must have followed him time ago off of a video and listened to something he said, but it doesn't really pop up much on my page, and it's only now through everybody else's pages that I keep seeing things come up, or every once in a while, and I take what he says. When I say at face value of, I don't necessarily see it deeper. If he's got some like a little gem in what he said, I take the gem from what he said, but not because it's him, because if anyone else said it, it's a gem. What he's saying is true, and there's depth to it. But in terms of looking at him, I think to myself, all right, I can imagine the face you've got, a lot of women are going to be attracted to. It doesn't have to be me in particular, but I can see you've got one of those faces. He clearly, he's.
I've seen Derrick before. What is that face?
I don't know, because
he might have a charming look.
That's a good way to say it. No, but when I say charming,
do you think it's
no, but I don't think.
No, when I say when she says charming, I mean it's
a charming look.
Yeah, he's got
believable.
It's the stature. It's everything
very
that comes
assertive, very sure of himself. I don't really watch his videos, but it comes up. Do you get where I'm coming from? So you might catch something, but he has that look.
But he knows how to place himself.
Especially with women that we've been broken.
It sounds like saying.
No, seriously, but I know we're talking about professions, but watch this. Okay, for instance, like Jerome's not here, but I know Jerome from working in the same field in terms of mentoring. That's just kind of me. Like, it doesn't matter what, I'm always dropping a little gem, I'm always giving advice, I'm always looking out for adolescents or the children. So when we're talking about taking people's professions as is that who they are, that is kind of who I am, hence why I'm in that profession. So I think sometimes, when it comes to Derrick Jaxn, you probably thought, okay, he's probably got his shit together, he's not that guy, hence why he's a relationship guru or a life coach or I don't know, whatever. I don't know what label he carries. So I think what it is, it's a big shock. Because obviously if you're thinking of bankers, you go, you're an accountant, you do your thing, when you leave, doors close, you're who you are. But I think when you're in fields as life coaches or mentorship or stuff like that, people expect you to have that in you because they expect that who you are is what guided you into that role.
So shouldn't the question be, do the maths put an unfair perspective or pressure or expectation on people in that field?
It's a combination though.
Yeah, because I do feel you will have your own personal expectation, because even like if you think about our teachers, right, when we were in school, our teachers are our teachers, but outside of that, we don't know what they're doing on a Friday or Saturday, and they could be, do you know what I mean? But their expectation,
some of my teachers,
there's an expectation you're thinking, oh, maybe not.
No, not me. I thought my teachers were wankers.
Okay, but I think if we
I think one of mine might have gone jail for trying to kill his wife.
Wow, okay, well, okay.
No, but I don't want to say
this is what I mean. I think
not funny,
you do have that. There is an expectation, or like an unconscious expectation, like you're a teacher or you're a judge or you're this. So we don't expect you to, but reality is we're all human.
Do you know what? I'd say on a more baseline thing, it's like, as you said, if we went back to somebody that works in a bank, if you work in some sort of investment or in a particular field, you're not expecting someone to talk to you about management of your money and have shit money management skills themselves.
Right.
Yeah? You would think that what they learn and what they do, they apply to themselves. So if he's out here saying, oh, women don't do this and men need to be held accountable for their actions, you're thinking
you hold yourself accountable.
Like, fair enough, he could say he's holding himself accountable for it now with speaking on it and admitting it and whatever else. But the point is, you don't know if he really is. right? Because again, what's he done? He's come in front of the camera to say, oh, because I've been doing this, I think everybody deserves to hear this and to know this and to know that. But is it really for us to know and deserve, or is it for your wife? Because you cheated on her.
Personally, I think it's a genius move.
No, but I'm not saying it's a bad move in a business venture, but what I think the difference is you've got people that see it and for what it is. And it's a business thing, let's be honest. He's on a camera, he's gonna get, whether people like him or loathe him, like just like the Piers Morgan thing, yeah? Whether people like him or not, they're gonna watch all their little things that are put out about him. He's still gonna be getting attention from it.
They said it's
and
no
for a
such
while.
thing as like bad press in it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I don't think that people, when people are like watching these things, I don't think people are really taking into account the person's moral compass. So if his moral compass is to be like, oh, okay, shit, like I'm a great person and I pride myself on being that, but at the same time I'm here lying to you lot, or I'm not really living out what I'm preaching and stuff, then that's something to think about. But no one's really taking into account who he really is and what his agenda is and what he has planned for everybody else that's watching him. It just sounds like he is feeding people so they come back because it feeds him.
Basically,
which is not a bad thing if that's what your goal is.
The thing is, you don't know them. At the end of the day, no matter how much you read their books, how much you sit there and you watch their programs or their shows, you don't know the person in it. So really and truly, is there anything to be super shocked by to find out that what they're doing or saying is contrary? I mean, I'll be honest, a man that, as I said to you, so as a man, if he's putting down other men, and I'm not saying don't hold other men accountable for what they do, but if it sounds like at points you're putting down other men, right, you should be able to lift women without putting a man down, basically, yeah? If you're saying to a woman, know your value and walk away from this, okay, cool. You can explain certain things and walk away, but not in a way that someone has to be shunned for the light to be on the next, yeah? And you're also, so what you're then doing, put yourself on that pedestal because you're speaking about these other men. You might as well be saying, I'm a king, they're a peasant. Because I've learnt this, and there's only so many men, because we're rare. Like, you don't need to, it's about him, but it's not about him. If that makes sense. So
you
now it's spun around.
Charge it to the game. That's what you should have said. You should have said, charge it to the game. Because what people don't know is he's a relationship guru that has done something that is frankly quite normal. And on top of that is everyone's made a big commotion, probably more commotion than the missus has. And on top of that, now guess what's on episode 2? Episode 2 is how we fight through this together.
Watch the next book come out.
A reality show, a book, and then you lot have just funded something that you lot are not against. You lot have just funded something that you're against. So it's like everyone just needs to be like.
But the thing is, do you know what's interesting as well? Now with it, it's actually, I don't know whether this was intended or not, but where it's on him, the attention is on him and his treatment, but the attention on his wife. Then now you've got the women, she's done for staying, she shouldn't. So now you've got everyone putting her down for her choices, but yeah, half these women are saying she's mad for staying. Well, half of them probably done it already themselves in relationship when they're not even married. Yeah.
I don't think she's mad for staying.
No, but what I'm saying is for the people that are criticising, some of them are probably staying in relationships that have passed their sell-by dates. Yeah.
No.
But
listen, you know what it is, yeah? I just think that everyone's got a role to play, innit?
He's playing his move.
He's playing his. And the person who is cheating on the other person is playing their role. And the person who's being cheated on is playing their role.
But her role was like
for that
this.
moment until circumstances change.
That was it.
And if it doesn't change, this is what I'm saying, is we all have a role to play. And I don't think that we really respect the role. A lot of us ain't meant to stay in the role, but you can't, you can, but I don't really think that. I just feel everyone's, everybody, the one thing that everybody has in common is that we're all examples for others. You don't have to take it like that, but everybody's there to learn from.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the person who stays after being cheated on is worse than the person
That's
can't.
cheating.
So the same thing.
It's all the same shit. It's the game, innit?
Charge it to the game.